Agricultural Bank of Namibia's Agri-Advisory Services Division offers training to farmers and bank clients in various farming enterprises in all 14 regions of Namibia through face-to-face sessions. The Agri-Learn online platform will share production content on various agriculture farming enterprises to build the knowledge of farmers from all walks of life. Join us as we embark on this virtual journey towards sustainable farming as we zoom into the basics of poultry production.
Good day, farmers. My name is Henk Saisai. I'm the Technical Advisor for Crops and Poultry within Agribank's Agri-Advisory Services Division. We're going to talk about brooding and rearing of chickens. I'll start off by defining the two terms. Brooding is the actual artificial application of heat to ensure that the chicks that are produced can be alive and do not suscept to pneumonia. And then with rearing, this is the actual action of caring and keeping your chickens until they reach such a stage of being killed for meat, or by the stage where they reach the actual production of eggs. Now with brooding, it's a very lengthy process. It starts off with the eggs, as you can see here on my left. These eggs, after they are born, a hen needs to cover them with her body for a period of at least 21 days, which is 3 weeks. When she's doing that, she's incubating the eggs. She transfers heat to the eggs for a period of 21 days to ensure that this egg, if it was fertilized, it develops into a chick. And on day 22, these eggs will hatch into a day-old chick. And then once this day-old chick, you will notice that in a communal setup, or even in an extensive setup, the hen will be moving around with her day-old chicks, and from time to time she stops and allows all of her chicks to be underneath her, and then she covers them with her body and transfers heat to them. This keeps them warm and it keeps away pneumonia. But in a commercial setup where you have day-old chicks, maybe 100 of them, it becomes impossible for you to use hens. So you need to buy machines that are working with heat as heat producers, and normally you just buy heat bulbs that are known as infrared heat bulbs, and they give out 160 watts of heat. So these bulbs, you suspend them in the chicken house, and then you enclose the chicks in an enclosure, and you make sure that in that brooding unit you only keep 55 chicks per square meter. And then you cover the floor with at least 7.5 centimeters of wood shavings to just regulate the temperature of the floor. So when it's too hot, the behavior of the chicks will tell you. When it's too cold, the behavior of the chicks will tell you. When there is excessive heat in the brooding unit, you need to make sure that the chicks will be far from the heat source, and then they will be petting by opening their mouth. And then all you do is adjust the position of the lamp or the bulb by just lifting it a bit up. When it's too cold, you'll find that the chicks come very close to the heat source, which is the 160 watts infrared bulb, and then you just lower the bulb a bit, and that increases the heat in that specific brooding unit. So brooding is important as it keeps the chicks alive for a period of 2 weeks by ensuring that their bodies have the optimum temperatures at which they cannot die from pneumonia. Now, this can be done for the first 2 weeks for each chicken breed during summer, and in winter you can do it for a period of 3 weeks. And then if you do this, you ensure that by the time the chicks are no longer using artificial heat, their bodies are able to generate its own heat through feeding and shivering to just generate excessive heat. Now when it comes to the rearing of chickens, it's of quite importance for farmers to know that chickens need to be comfortable, they need to be fed well, they need to be in an environment which is very good. They shouldn't be stressed inside the environment. The stocking density must also be good. You must always remember 10 chickens per square meter. Don't overstock the house, because if the house is too overstocked, you will find that the chickens now start generating a lot of stress, and this stress is known as heat stress. As your chickens are feeding and drinking water, naturally they regulate their temperature by releasing some of the heat. And if you have too many chickens in a square meter area, there will be heat excess in that specific area, because a lot of chickens are now producing heat, but your chicken house doesn't allow the means of regulating temperature on that block. Another aspect of rearing chickens that is of importance is to always ensure that you don't cause your birds unnecessary stress. So when they are in a state of calm and not anxious or curious, the chickens are able to eat nicely, they are able to drink water, and they become productive at an optimum rate. But if every now and then you are causing stress by moving in and out of the house, chasing the chickens and so forth, this triggers their system to be nervous. And when they are nervous, they become very curious and they stop focusing on the feed you have provided in the house and the water. So this lowers the productivity of your chickens. Remember, brooding and your rearing practices, they go hand in hand to ensure that you produce quality birds that give you quality eggs and quality meat.
That's it for now. Join us next time for more valuable insights. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to avoid missing out on new content. Also, follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram pages for more content.